Hello, sir. Hello and welcome to you all. This is Tonya Lawrence. It's a wonderful evening here for me in the United States. I am coming to you from Columbia, Maryland. So excited to be sharing this information with you that I'm going to share this evening. And we're going to start with a brief recap of the launch of our rideshare division. And while you're watching it, I want you to pay particular attention to the number of flags that you see from other countries. They didn't capture them all, but you will see quite a few of them, and you'll get an idea of the sense of energy that people have for this company around the world. So I'm going to share my screen with you and start this video. And I see we have people chiming in from around the world. So go ahead in the chat and say hello and where you are calling in from.
Live this morning on KFMK in Houston.
Hey. What? Why?
8,000 people right here in my backyard. H-Town, baby. And so now it's time for us to accelerate and to put your dreams in motion. All that we're gonna do in 2020 starts right now. We're gonna put them in motion. 1, 2, 3. We barely scratched the scratch of the surface. But there's so much more that we can do with IGO, and we're gonna do it. U stands for something. Loyalty. Unity. And edification.
Yo, I accelerated. I'm going fast now. You know they don't want these. I feel like a cash cow. Stack it up. I put all my money in Teslas. They tryna catch up, but ain't fast enough. We don't win, it's just unanimous. I threw a boomerang and hopped on a plane with somewhere in the brains. Yeah, we
So therefore I, Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, one who even as the mayor of the 4th largest city in the United States, I'm inspired by what you do. Therefore I proclaim this day, February 23rd, 2020, as Earlene and Holton Bugs Day.
Yo, foot on the gas and I'm going fast. I accelerated. 200 and it's on the dash. I accelerated. Always first, never coming last. I accelerated. tight. All this paper that I'm finna make. Feel like Jordan cause I bought a day. $1 million, yeah, it's on the way. I'ma be the one they nominate. Every day feel like a holiday. I ain't playing, I'ma get it. I don't want my car to be rented. And I want my windows tinted. I just wanna be independent. Feeling like the lieutenant. Money man in the system. And you know I'm finna get it.
So guys, you will see again, the energy is palpable. Absolutely love that video. It kind of sets the tone for what you're going to see and experience during this presentation. Again, I want to say welcome to you all. My name is Tonya Lawrence. Some of you joined while we were watching the video. That was just a recap of the launch of our rideshare division. So we are going to share with you information about our entire company, which is iBuumerang. And just before we do so, let me give you a little information about myself. Again, I am from Columbia, Maryland, here in the United States, and I've known Mr. Johnson for over 5 years now. We've collaborated on other projects, and we are just really excited about what's happening here with technology, with our ability to participate in the same types of technology that have created tech billionaires over the last 10 years. And my background is as an investment banker. My husband and I, we owned our own investment banking firm for over 24 years. We facilitated financing for businesses that needed anywhere from $1 million to $200 million in financing. And it was great. We absolutely loved it. We work really hard. Most of us do anyway, but we love the ability to be able to impact lives. And one of the things that I wanted to experience more of with our company was the ability for us to have both time and money. We were in a position where we had plenty of money, but we didn't necessarily have time freedom. Have you guys ever experienced that? Like, you work really hard, we all work really hard, but you're committed to your job and you're kind of stuck to it, right? And so I wanted the opportunity for our family. We love to travel. I wanted us to be able to go on 2 and 3 week vacations like we would normally do, but I wanted the money to keep coming in while we were away on vacation. And so the concept of residual income was presented to me, and I absolutely loved it. And I know for sure that when you see what we're going to present to you today, it's going to blow your minds, and you're going to feel the same way that we do about this concept of residual income and the technology that comes along with it. So I'm sharing my screen with you here to talk about our company, iBuumerang. First, I'm going to start with a disclaimer. We're going to talk about income. We're going to talk about facts and figures, but I want to be very clear. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is work. It takes work like anything else in life. And I'm going to give you an analogy of a gym membership. You decide you want to lose weight, you go and buy a membership to a gym. Well, you don't automatically lose weight just because you got the membership. You actually have to physically work. You have to use the treadmill. You have to go and break a sweat. You have to use the weights. And more importantly, if you use the systems and the formula that the trainers and the coaches have for you at the gym, you'll get your results much faster. The same applies here. You can join our company, you can partner with us, but you don't make money automatically. It's not just a pie in the sky thing. There is work that needs to be done, but we have coaches like myself that have systems in place for you to help you achieve rapid success if you plug in and get to work with us. Because we knew it was time for people to be able to take control of their lives, and we wanted people to be able to make money and to do it from a home-based business. We know this model works. Number one, home-based business direct sales has been around for years. But think about what's happened since the pandemic. Companies all over the world sent their employees home to work. And so large corporations were able to prove to us that working from home actually works. But guess what, guys? We were still in a position where we were making money for them. We were still building their dreams, their fortunes, their futures. This same thing can work for you. And so now you have the ability to work from home and use technology. Our mission is to help people provide an opportunity to have success without selling anything. I love this. You have success without selling anything because we're offering people free access to a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. And so I need you to get paper and pen out and take copious notes. Okay, because you're going to hear some things that are completely different from what you've been exposed to in the past. You're going to have some questions. I want you to write your questions down because I'll take the time to answer your questions at the end. We want you to be able to make an informed decision. I want you to understand right here, right now, this is not a high pressure pitch to anyone. We are only looking for those who are interested in partnering with us because we want to spend our time and energy working with them. All right. And so if that is not you, please stay to the end because we have something that we'll give to you as a gift as well. But pay attention, write your questions down, take copious notes, and we're going to make sure that your life is impacted the same way ours has been. Because previously, if you were in the direct sales or home-based business arena, you had to have products that were marked up at a higher price in order for you to get a small commission out of it, right? You had to be able to build a large team in order to be successful. And let's be frank, most people didn't have the type of success that was represented to them. They didn't have the ability to build a large team. Well, we're changing things. Our company changed it and we moved into a more modern era. We are helping people, get this, make money by saving people money. Write that down. This is going to be the theme, the running theme throughout everything we do. We're helping people make money by saving them money. And we're using advanced tools to help you succeed. Here's some information about our leadership. This is our visionary CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs. You can see on the left, has a timeline because he's been in the industry for over 20 years. In 1990, he was with his first company. He was there for 7 years. He never made more than $500 per month. He stayed there for 7 years, guys. I don't know about you, but that's not something I would commit 7 years to doing, being somewhere and never making more than $500 a month. But there was genius behind what he did. He learned about the business. He learned about himself. He learned how to become a professional. He learned the mindset that it took to get to the next level. And so in 1997, that's when he crafted a system to help people achieve rapid success. His big moment came in 2009 because during that time frame, he was traveling the world mentoring and coaching CEOs of companies on his system, showing them how to use his system so that they could have rapid success in their company. And one CEO said, listen, I'm going to start this company, but I want you here with me. He joined forces with that company. He became their global master ambassador. He helped take that company from $0 in revenue to over $3 billion in revenue. 0 to 3 billion. Not only did that take place, but he helped them create from 0 distributors to over 3 million distributors around the world. He and his family were able to earn over $110 million in commissions during that time frame. But he will tell you himself that's not what he's most proud of. What he's most proud of is the environment that he created, the systems that he put in place. Those systems helped him take 45 people and help them become multimillionaires. Again, this is all while he was working for someone else. He was a distributor working for someone else, and they told him, you could put this together any way you want to, and he was just a distributor for the company. He had ideas. He knew that the company could take a smaller piece of the pie and give more money out to the field, and it would completely change the way the field was impacted. He knew, and he was watching the way technology was being used. He was watching the way Uber and Amazon and Facebook was using technology, and they were growing multi-billion-dollar companies. And guys, they've never had one commercial. You and I, we've been their commercials. We've told people about Uber. We've told people about Amazon. We've told our friend, get on Facebook so I can friend request you. We did that for them. They understood that technology coupled with word of mouth was the way to go. Mr. Bugs had the same vision. That CEO didn't want to adopt that vision. And so he said, his wife told him, it's time for you to start your own company. And that's just what he did in March of 2019. He started iBuumerang. Well, when he started iBuumerang, he knew he needed to create a team of people around him who were smarter than him in certain areas so he could have the best and the brightest with him. You see these three gentlemen at the top of the screen? Not only were they seven-figure earners in their corporate backgrounds with a tremendous amount of experience, they're three of the 45 people that he helped become multimillionaires in direct sales. So these guys had no experience in direct sales when they met Mr. Bugs, and he helped mold and shape them to become multimillionaires. So he absolutely wants them as a part of our corporate team because they both understand the corporate side as well as what we need in the field, what we need working from home to be successful. And then he's partnered with our lifestyle partners at the bottom of the screen. We have Lori Spears, the Director of Travel, David Manning, the CEO of Extreme Travel, and Mr. Peter Hirsch, who's a network marketing attorney, who's also the chairman of the chief giving officer of our Boom Foundation. And so they wanted to create a concept where the future of business was easier. Can we all agree that easier is better? Yes, right? And so what we have is our PRIB. This is what you're buying into. Write this down. Type it in the chat, PRIB, P-R-I-B. I need you to remember this because this is the technology that's going to change your life. This is your Uber moment. This is your Facebook moment. This is your Amazon moment. Imagine if 6 years ago, Amazon came to you or Uber came to you and said, listen, for everyone that you know, if you give them access to our free technology and they use it, we'll pay you every time they use it for the rest of your life. Many of you would not be accessible. You would not be on this phone call right now. You'd be sitting somewhere on a beach or on your private island and no cell phones allowed, right? We can still get there because now we have that same exact technology. The PRIB is a perpetual residual income builder. It's comprised of artificial intelligence and data analytics, along with a world-class customer service center. And so when you take the high tech and combine it with the high touch, we can't lose. And so we now have access to this. This is what now puts you in the same category as Jeff Bezos. This is now what allows you to use technology to completely change your life. Here is how this technology works. If you were ever looking at starting a business, you may have started a traditional business in the past. Well, with a traditional business, you have to do everything. You have to set everything up for your customers, for your employees. If you were in direct sales before, great. You have some experience and they were able to provide you with training and events for your team to go to. If you looked at a franchise model, if you looked at like a 7-Eleven or a McDonald's, they've been super successful, even the Marriott, super successful at having franchises around the world. With the franchise model, again, they give you a lot, but what they require is that you pay them tens of thousands of dollars per month for the use of their franchise systems, or you end up paying a flat percentage. And that flat percentage, let's say if it's 20%, they don't care if you make your minimum quota or you don't, you still pay that 20%, okay? Our PRIB is something completely different. It gives you everything that you need to have a successful business. Because when you give the free technology to a customer, it's going to do all the follow-up with them. It's going to sell to them. It's going to do any upselling, and it's going to do any cross-selling, okay? Free technology, you give it to them, the Prib does everything for you. With your team, let's say if you're someone like myself or Johnson, or Chioma, anyone, Luxon on this call, let's say that you are someone, or IJ's on the call. Hello from the UK, IJ representing. You're someone who says, I want to build a team. I want to build a network of people who are like-minded because I can't do everything by myself. You build a team and now the Prib goes to work for you. It does the welcome and the orientation for your team members. It does the training. It helps with upgrading. It helps with retention. It talks to them about events that are very important for them to attend. And so how do we get people into this Prib? How does this technology start working? Our CEO said, I'm going to use a travel platform that enters people into this Prib technology. Let me step back for a second. Many of you have experienced shopping on Amazon, Amazon.com, or using the app. Well, about 10 years ago, if you tried to use Amazon, the only thing that you could get on Amazon was a book, many books. I loved getting books from there. I got them at a discount. I have 4 children, so we were always buying books. We bought them on Amazon, new, used, lightly used. Well, that was Amazon's Prib. Because as people were buying books, Amazon was collecting our name, phone number, email address, as much information and data as they could. So they were building a customer base, right? And once they built that customer base, they started learning our buying habits. They learned how frequently we would shop online. They learned what our interests were. Because if I bought a cookbook, they knew now they could advertise pots and pans to me. If I bought a book about hair, they knew that they could advertise hair products to me. They were building their own database. We're doing the same thing. We're building a database, but we're using something a little sexier than books. We're using a free travel platform called iGo. In our first 12 months of business, we were able to give this free travel platform to over 500,000 customers. Since the pandemic started, we are now at over 800,000 customers. So in 3 months, we have over 300,000 more customers. Guys, people are so excited about this. Why did our CEO choose travel? Here's why. Travel is an $8 trillion industry. I told you my background's as an investment banker. I had absolutely no clue that this industry was this big. The travel industry is massive. And so there's enough room for all of us to have a piece of it and grow and still use it to propel us to other industries. And so here's a little secret that I didn't know that many people don't know. The travel industry, when you and I would typically go to book a hotel or rental car or cruise, anything online, we would go searching different websites online. There's about 45 most popular websites that people use to book travel, and they're all owned by 2 companies, Booking Holdings and Expedia Group. That blew my mind, that 2 companies own all of those websites and that I was only getting discount prices. I didn't realize that there was something called wholesale pricing and that I did not have access to it. But we're providing wholesale pricing to our customers for free. Here's what it looks like. Here are some examples. So New York City, a 4.5-star hotel on Expedia was $339 for the night. On our iGo platform, that same exact hotel was only $178, a savings of $161. Guys, we're going to focus on these savings. We're going to focus on this. Paris, France, a 4-star hotel. Again, it's the same room, the same night, same accommodations, everything's exactly the same. We all have the same inventory as those 45 different websites. But on Travelocity, that hotel room was $440 per night at a discount. But our wholesale price was only $130 per night, a savings of $310 per night for that customer. Now, yes or yes, if we take the time to go to Paris, France, we're staying for more than one night, right? Yeah, no one's going all the way to Paris to stay for one night. So that's $310 per night that someone could save. New York City, there's a rental car purchase on rentalcars.com. That rental car purchase was $392. On our iGo site, it was only $221, a savings of $171. This blew my mind that you could actually save money on rental cars. I mean, we've traveled all over, and every time we got off an airplane, it was like clockwork. We would get a rental car. I never knew I could save money. I would have saved tens of thousands of dollars on rental cars alone had I had access to this platform. Look at the bottom of the screen. These are some actual bookings from customers. You'll see the reservation amounts that they paid, the reward credits that they received, and the savings on I think on all of them. I have a little pop-up blocking me on all of them. I think the savings are more than what they spent, except for the middle one with Ian. But the savings are phenomenal. That's what people want access to, and we could give it to them. And I love the rewards credits because let's say someone is a Marriott's rewards member already. They can get their Marriott points as well as reward points from iGo. So they get to double dip in essence. We don't just have hotels and rental cars. We have cruise, flights, homes. The weeks button is my absolute favorite. My husband and I, we love traveling. We love exposing our children to the world. And last year, well, typically we take 3 trips a year. Last year, we were able to take 6 because we had this website and because we saved so much money. And the last trip that we took in 2019 was to the island of the Dominican Republic. We had a fantastic time because we got to stay at a 5-star resort that is one of our favorites, but we usually pay anywhere from $500 to $700 per night. We stayed there for 8 days, 7 nights, with all of our food and beverages included, and we paid a total for all 8 days, a total of $520. That made me smile. Would you love to save that kind of money? Instead of paying $500 per night, you pay $520 for the entire trip. Weeks button is my favorite. We have a marketplace button where you can bid on trips, and if you're someone or you know someone that has a timeshare like I do, we have 3 of them. We only use 1 of them on a regular basis. So the timeshare button allows us to list our timeshare. The company rents it out to people around the world and they send us the money. They take care of everything. We have a lot of other lifestyle activities. Again, this is all about a 5-star lifestyle at 3-star prices. So you can see some of the other lifestyle activities on the page. One of the ones that I'll point out is the which one was it? Outdoor activities. When we went to the Dominican Republic, we're creatures of habits. We love to go to the same place, my husband and I. We love to do the same activities. And then when we're not doing that, we hang out with people who are locals and we eat local food. But one of the activities that we would love to do is we would go to this private island called Paradise Island in the Dominican Republic. Write this down. If you ever get a chance, go. So we leave Puerto Plata, but we go to this site to book it this time. I was like, let's see if it's on here. That outdoor activity, that excursion was listed on the site and we saved $25 on that. So again, being able to save money is the new earning money. So the question is, do you boomerang? And I hope the answer is yes. If you are with us and you're loving what you're hearing so far, go ahead and type yes in the chat. I want to see some audience feedback from you guys. Type yes in the chat. I love it. And let me show you how easy it is to boomerang. When you join the company, you get access to a back office. You get it immediately. That back office right away, you can start generating what's called smart codes. And when you generate those smart codes, you can text them to your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, anyone, people on Facebook, anyone you know, you send them those smart codes. And that 6-digit code, when they receive it, they go to iGoBoom.com and activate it. Once they activate that code, guys, this is the game changer. You send them the code one time. You don't talk to them about booking their trips. You don't book their trips for them. You don't go and call their ride share for them. You give it to them one time, and now every time they use it for the rest of their life, you get paid. Let me repeat that. Every time they use it for the rest of their life, you get paid. Something else happens that is truly special and unique about our company, because not only do you get paid, but our CEO, at the time he set up, and think about a boomerang, what a boomerang actually does. When you throw a boomerang out, it comes back to you. Well, at least it's supposed to. I'm not that athletic, so who knows what would happen if I threw one, right? So you throw that boomerang out, it comes back to you. Well, with us, we throw out boomerangs. That's what we call our smart codes. They're boomerangs because we throw them out. We throw out savings, we throw out goodwill, and what comes back to us is cash and goodwill. And when we give those boomerangs out, we also make sure through our foundation that every time one of those boomerangs is activated, a nourishing meal is fed to a child in need. So it's not just about the money that you can make, it's about the impact, the social impact that you can make. So imagine being responsible, giving out 50 of those boomerangs. That's 50 meals that you just provided to children in need. You want to do a little more? Give out 100 of them. Give out 200. We have people that have given out over 3,000 of them as individuals in just a year. Guys, that is just wonderful that we have people that are creating that much change in the world. So let's get into the nitty gritty. We've established a few things. I'm giving this to you from a business owner's perspective, because not only did we own our investment banking firm, but because we had access to so many different types of businesses and money, we often bought and sold companies, okay? And so when I think about things, I'm thinking of them from a more analytical business mindset. So number one, I look at the industry. We understand that the industry is big enough for us all to grow in. Number two, I look at the leadership, because there's tons of great ideas out there, but they all rise or fall on the leadership. Our leadership has a proven track record. He's not afraid of surrounding people that are smarter than, for surrounding himself with people that are smarter than him. And he's a true visionary. He saw something coming and he saw a model that can change lives. And so we have the leadership down pat. You also want to look at, does this work? We've seen that the discounts are actually there. You want to look at, can I do this? I'm going to say the answer is yes for all of you. The answer now is, do you want to? Because we all make recommendations. I know I do. I even give my opinion. I love to give my opinion. You can ask anyone who knows me, right? So we give our opinion, we make recommendations. We tell people about our favorite movie, what type of car we think they should get. We tell them the best way to travel somewhere. We tell them, you know, instead of using the children, I don't even know what technology they use. I don't know if they're still using Snapchat or if they've moved on to something else. They don't let me know. Because they don't want me on their pages, right? But we all make recommendations. Now we know that's something that we can inherently do. So the genius of our CEO to put together a company based on the things that we like to do. And then he built technology that takes care of all the things that we don't like to do. We don't like selling. We don't like talking to someone about upgrading. We don't like any of that stuff. The technology does that for us. So look at this now. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's get into how you benefit. Let's get into how you save money personally and how you make money when other people save money. So here is what our platform looks like. You as an ambassador, a travel savings ambassador, that's our title. You have access to the platform. You can save up to 70% whenever you book something on the platform. Our customers have the same exact platform. However, they can only save up to 35% because we gave it to them for free. They're still happy. Trust me, they're happy when they have these savings for free, okay? And so as an ambassador, here's an example of a trip to Mexico. You save 41% on this 5-star resort, but you have a friend, cousin, next door neighbor, partner who wants to go on that same trip. So you gave them access to the platform. They got access to it for free. They booked their own trip. And now, because they booked, they get half of the discount you get, 20%. That is $212 in savings. Our company says, thank you. Thank you for giving this information to someone. And without you, we would have never met them. And so now every time they use the site and they save money, we'll send you half of it as a commission, a direct travel savings bonus. So they save $212, you receive $106. Not one time, every single time they book and they save. Now, if your cousin saved $212 based on anything else he saw online, he's going to use that site again, yes? So now every time he uses it, you get paid. Your neighbor, your family member, your friend, your Facebook contact, your LinkedIn contact, they use it, they save, you get paid. Our company said, our CEO, this visionary said, remember that iGo platform is just the introduction to the PRIB. Now that technology gets to start working because we have businesses all around the world coming to us and saying, you have so many customers. You have almost 1 million customers in a year. How can we partner with you to provide our products to your customers? The first thing they have to do is give it to us at a discount. And so the first vertical or the new product or service that we launched is one that's part of the fastest growing segment of the travel industry. And that is the drive share or ride share industry. So we are introducing Vibe Rides. Our customers are able to use Vibe Rides as their ride share company. And now when they go to order their ride, look at this app, how cool it is. Armando ordered a ride. When he does, he's able to tell the driver in advance whether he wants him to talk to him or not. He may have had a stressful day at work and doesn't want any conversation. He may be bored out of his mind because of this pandemic and he just wants someone to talk to. So he gets to let the app know that. He can tell the driver before he gets in the car what temperature he wants it. He can tell the driver before he gets in the car what type of music, what genre he wants to hear. And then if Armando was a female, and let's say it's late at night, she's leaving a party and she's looking for a ride and she doesn't want to take a ride home with a gentleman, she can hit the girl power button and have a female pick her up. We are taking rideshare to the next level, guys. Again, imagine if Uber gave you the opportunity. They didn't. Vibe Rides did. You can get paid with Vibe Rides. And so there's 3 ways. You can become a driver. You can share the rideshare app with other drivers and get paid whenever they drive. And you can share the rideshare app with other customers and get paid whenever they ride. Our drivers in the United States, they start at 70% commission on their time and distance. And then after their 50th trip every single month, they go up to 75% and they get paid 75% for the rest of the month. Here is how you come into play. I love this. I'm telling you, passive income fires me up. The ability to be on a beach, to be at a wedding, to be at church, to be at my children's school and have money coming to me. I absolutely love it. And so here is the driver passive income model. Everything that we do, we're going to talk about multiples of 10. So let's keep 10 in mind as our magic number because we can all give 10 people access to anything in 24 hours and we can duplicate this. If it doesn't duplicate, it doesn't work, okay? So everything that we do is about duplication. So you go ahead and you give 10 drivers the free app so they can go drive. Those drivers are out driving, they're making a living for their family. And let's say that year they do $50,000 worth of rides each. 10 times 50,000 is $500,000 in rides for that year. The company is going to pay you, excuse me, 3% of that or 15,000. Guys, remember, you gave them that app one time, you may not have ever talked to them again. They are out taking care of their family. You just got an extra $15,000. If 15,000 doesn't excite you, add another zero. Give it to 100 drivers. Put yourself in a position to have $150,000 a year coming to you as passive residual income because of something you started today that keeps paying you for life. What about the riders? Again, we're going to start with that model of 10. Give that free app to 10 passengers. And the company is working on updating a technology that's coming soon that when those 10 people that you gave the free app to, they'll tell them, hey, if you refer 5 customers to us, we will give you a free trip. And so now you have 10 people who went out and each referred 5 people. That's now 50 more people in that bucket. Don't you think those 50 people want the same thing? So those 50 people go out and refer 5 people each. That's now 250 people in that third bucket. That's a total of 310 drivers. Remember, the company realizes it all started with you. It all started with those 10 riders that you gave the free app to. And they're going to reward you for that because without you, the rest wouldn't be there. And so all 300 of those 10 riders are out using the service. And on average, we're going to plug in a number of $50 on average that they would use it per month. Now, in the United States, that's about 1 trip to the airport and back for me, $50 round trip. Okay. May take a couple more trips if I'm just going to the grocery store. And so $50 on average from those 310 riders would be an extra $5,580 coming to you each year in passive residual income. Passive residual. You didn't get up in the morning and go break a sweat. You didn't miss out on your daughter's kindergarten graduation. You didn't miss out on a field trip. You didn't miss your son's soccer game, football game. This is something you set up. Matter of fact, you may have given it to all the parents on the football team. Something you set up and it keeps coming back to you. I love this. I absolutely love this. But there's more ways to get paid. Remember, we talked about giving out those boomerangs, the free travel site, the thing that started it all, the thing that gets the person into the crib. Look at this. Give away 10 of them. Give 10 of them to people who travel. The company says that based on their track record with extreme travel over the last 28 years, on average, a family will save about $600 a year using the platform. You get paid half of that. So 10 people saving $600, that's $6,000. Your half of that is $3,000 for giving it away to 10 families. Guys, if $3,000 does not excite you, again, it's simple math. Take it from 10 customers to 100 customers. Now that's $30,000 in potential income. 30,000 doesn't ruffle your feathers, no problem. Give it to 1,000 customers. Are you with me? Are you feeling this? This is life-changing. We've never had access to this type of technology before, and no one else has it. We have the exclusive right with our travel provider. They can't offer this to anyone else. The other way that we get paid, and this is how we get paid on a weekly basis, because let's face it, with the pandemic, international travel has come to a halt. But you still see people at hotels locally. Go take a trip downtown tomorrow. You'll still see people coming in and out of the hotel. So people are still traveling on a local level, but international travel has slowed down a bit. Put you and your team in a position where you build the platform now. And when you build this platform now, a platform of people who are like-minded, who want to start right now, giving out the free sites while people are at home and wishing that they could go to Dubai, wishing that they could go to New York to see their family, wishing that they could go to Paris. Give them the free travel platform now so that when they do book that trip, they save money and you get paid. You can't wait until after the pandemic when they're booking. You need to do it now while they're thinking about it, while the prices are cheap. Give it to them now. And when you do that now, when you build that team, the company is going to pay you every single Monday for your team building efforts. So you're building up your portfolio of people who are going to travel, but you're getting paid every week now. And so here's how you do that. We have two ways of getting paid with our team building. We have our direct sales bonus. Every time someone joins your team, you can earn up to 15% commission on the amount of the package that they purchase. The dual team side of it. When you join the business, you can build a team. You want to get your first 2 team members as soon as possible because that makes you eligible for the dual team bonus. When they come in, one's going to come in on your left, the other one's going to come in on your right. They're going to do the same thing. Again, we're going to duplicate everything that we do. We're going to help people get their first 2 team members and 10 customers. First 2 team members and 10 riders on the rideshare service. Everything duplicates. So with that first 2, they're going to go and get their first 2. This is going to keep happening because this person over here is going to get their first 2. This person over here is going to get their first 2. And now every single week, the company is going to take a snapshot of the volume of the memberships purchased from those 2 teams. And the volume with the team with the lesser volume, so this one was 5,000, this one was 10,000, they'll pay you up to 20% of that volume each week. So that's an extra $1,000 that can be earned in a week. Guys, let me remind you, it started because you started with 2. By the time this person brings in their 2 and this person brings in their 2, you may not know these people. You may not have even had a conversation with them, but you're getting paid because you started it with 2. Powerful, powerful, powerful. How do we get started? This is our registration packet. It's stand by. It's $49.95. Guys, that simply gets you a spot here on this tree. It just gets you in there and holds you a spot. In order for you to start making money, you need to select one of these membership packages, okay? There's first class, business class, and coach class. I am going to discuss first class with you because how you do anything is how you do everything, our CEO says. And so when we do things, we want to do it in a first class fashion. And so first class is going to make sure you save the most money, and it's also going to make sure you earn the most money, okay? And so being able to have access to first class means that when you personally go out and book a hotel, rental car, or a flight, you'll save money. When you book a cruise, you'll save money. When you book on the homes or the weeks button, remember my favorite, the weeks button, you'll have access to the marketplace and the lifestyle and access to listing your timeshares. You get all of that at first class. You see at business class and coach class what you have access to. With the boomerangs, the free websites that we give out, you start with 50 of them at first class. You see what you get at business class and first class. First class, you earn 100% of the available commissions when your customers use any of these services except for flights. We do not earn commissions on flights. Business class, you only get paid on those 2 buttons. Coach, you get paid on this button. Again, no flights on any of them. And at coach, you only earn half of the available commission. So guys, it really doesn't matter where you start because you want to get in. But your absolute goal is to work your way up to first class as soon as possible, okay? And so the dual team, with first class, you earn 20% of the lesser team on that dual team for your first 30 days. So what you want to do is you want to get in, get your position, and have all out massive action. Start with your first 2. And then if you want to add 10 more people, earn that 20% directly from your own efforts. And those people are going to bring people in. But it starts with your 2. After your first 30 days, it reverts back to 15%. And you see at Coach in business class, you earn just a little less. The PRIB, that's that perpetual residual income builder. We all have access to it no matter what package we're at. And we all have the ability to give away unlimited apps for Vibe rides, whether we're giving it to passengers or drivers. Okay, so those packages, the investment to get your business started at each one of those levels. First class is $1,000, business class is $500, coach is $250. We have a monthly subscription that takes care of our business. Now, as an investment banker, I will tell you with our investment banking firm, our monthly paper bill, the bill that we spent to buy paper was upwards of $150 or $200 for paper, guys. This is not the ink for the printer. This is not the printer. This is the paper that goes into the printer, okay? So to be able to have an entire business that runs based on the most sophisticated and highest level of technology for $99 a month is insane. It's almost criminal to me. I'm so grateful for it because it gives us a website. Automatically, as soon as you enroll, you have your own website that allows you to start making money right away, and it hosts that website for you. It gives you your back office that tracks your entire business for you. It tracks your money, your customers, your team members. It pulls any kind of report you could possibly think of. It's so sophisticated. It's like having QuickBooks and a personal secretary on steroids right at your fingertips. And you don't have to worry about unemployment insurance or personal days off because it's there working 24 hours a day, okay? You get all of that. Every time that that subscription is paid, you also get an additional 10 boomerangs each month. So that is extra money that you have coming to you because now you can give away those free boomerangs. And so I'm absolutely just overjoyed with the opportunity to share this information with you. And as I promised, I'm going to answer questions. So after I unmute the lines, I want you to start asking your questions. If you cannot unmute your line for any reason, you can start typing your questions in the chat, and I promise we'll get to them. Something else I want to share. In response to this pandemic, in response to the social unrest that started here in the United States and that has spread to all of the countries that empathize with our plight, our CEO said, listen, we need something for these young people that have experienced a senior year of high school like no other. They didn't get to go to proms. They didn't get to have a senior trip. They didn't get to go to a graduation. Some of them still haven't graduated yet. He wanted to do something special. And so for any young person who was set to graduate in 2020, they can join our business at first class for free. You heard me. Any 2020 high school graduate can join our business at first class for free. So you can get into the company, you can bring in your nephew, your niece, your son, your daughter, your next door neighbor. My son just graduated. He joined the company last week. I'm so proud of him. And there is just a huge opportunity ahead because throughout the summer, the people who are multimillionaires in our company will have special training sessions that they'll feed into these young people to help them. It doesn't matter if they're going off to college and they're going to play football, or they're going and they're going to study medicine, or they're going and they're going to be an accountant. Whatever it is, they need to have the influence and the mentorship from people who have struggled, people who have achieved success, people who have accomplished things. And being able to have that at this young, tender age is phenomenal, and they get it for free. And at the end of the summer, one of these students will have the opportunity to earn a scholarship of $5,000, and they can use it for whatever they wish. They can use it for college or to start a business, whatever they wish, or help their family, whatever they want. So I'm really, really excited about that program that's available for our 2020 graduates. Remember, we need you in right now so we can lock in your position. Now you can start getting paid every week, and plus we can help these students. This promotion for the students ends at the end of this month, so we have 7 days I think left to be able to help as many students as possible gain access to this. And so I am going to unmute the lines. I'll unmute them on my end. You may still need to unmute yourself. Guys, I need you to ask every question that you can think of, because there may be a question that you're thinking about that is going to impact someone else in a profound way, because maybe they didn't think about it, or they had the same question and they were too shy to ask. So please use your bravery, ask as many questions as possible. I am here to make sure that you guys make informed decisions. Sorry, Patrick, I muted out your music. Anyone else, just unmute your line and I will be able to start answering your questions. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. Oh yeah, I see you guys. Everybody's boomeranging. I love it. And if you're trying to unmute yourself and you can't, turn your camera on and wave your hand and I'll be able to see you and help you unmute. Chukwa, you're having network issues. I completely understand. Absolutely, I will share with you. If you want to unmute now, it's great to see you again. If you have questions, I can help answer them for you. Any questions, folks? Looks like someone's line is unmuted. Mrs. Otaru, did you have a question for me?
No, I just came online.
Oh, okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're in the Q&A part of the presentation. So please sit back and get the questions or listen to the questions, and I'd love to share more information with you after. Let me see. There is a question in the chat. How do I get the code and become a part of the Boomerang team? I love that question. So you get back code there, Corrida. Please, guys, please help me. If I mispronounce your name, correct me. Corrida, the person that invited you to the call, you get back with them. They have a website. They will give that to you. Once you go to their website, at the top right-hand corner, there will be a button that says join now. You click there, you enter your information, you're in the system. You will automatically have your own website so you can start enrolling people right away. Before we go any further, guys, I'm going to put my phone number in the chat, my WhatsApp phone number, so that everyone has access to it. It's 1-443-353-0526. Because if you have any questions or anything on the enrollment process, I'm here to help you with that as well, and to make sure you get your training off to a great start. Someone else just opened their line. Miss Jamima, how are you? Do you have a question for me, dear? Oh, no, you just muted again if you were going to ask a question. All right, guys, any questions? I'm looking in the chat. Okay, yes. For the travel services, what is the actual coverage available to customers? Great question. So customers have access to everything except for the homes, the exclusive homes, because those are $1 million or more homes. They're part of a contract service. They're like VRBO. If you go to their site, it's the same type of inventory there. And so we, as travel savings ambassadors, we have access to those $1 million homes. Customers do not, but customers have access to everything when they sign up, and we give them the free platform. And then based on whichever membership you have, that's what you get, you earn a commission on. Let me show you an example here. I'll pull the presentation back up. Okay, so at first class, your customers at whatever level you're at, they're going to have access to all of these travel items, but you only get paid at whatever level you're at. So at coach, you're going to get paid on hotels and rental cars. At business class, you get that plus cruises. And first class, you get paid on everything. All right. Great question. Looking for some more questions. And did that answer your question for you fully? Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, guys, any other questions? I love questions, so give them to me. You have me here. Don't wait until you get off the Zoom with me and go ask your next door neighbor what they think and they didn't see the same information you did. They're not going to give you the best answer. I'm here. I got you covered. Okay, does the 99, okay, the $99.95 per month subscription, is it only for first class? Another great question. In the United States and most countries, that $99.95 per month subscription is for coach, business class, and first class, okay? In certain countries, I know Nigeria and Ghana are two of them. If you are coach class, you only pay $49.95 per month. All right. With that subscription, here is what I really talk to people, and you'll hear this from our CEO all the time. What's most important is mindset. Okay. And so when I'm talking to people, I'm saying this is a business. This is a multi-million-dollar business that we all get to operate from home. So treat it as a business, right? Let your business revenue cover your business expenses. So I have not personally paid that money myself in the full year that I've been with the company. It's come out of my commissions each month. So you can set it up that it automatically comes out of your commissions. Earlier, a gentleman asked a question on an earlier presentation. What happens if for some reason you don't earn a commission that month? You can have a credit or debit card set up to cover the subscription for that month, but you definitely want to put yourself in a position that you're right here, right now, earning as much money as possible. So that is a fantastic question. Thank you for that. Any other? These are great questions, guys. I don't want to cut us off if someone's typing. All right, guys, it looks like that is it. Again, you definitely want to get, oh, here we go. Johnson, we want to start the Vibe Rides in all of our major cities. How do we go about it to attract attention to the company to be able to come and set it up in our particular country or city? Fantastic question, Johnson. So as I said, Vibe Rides is available in Florida and Texas in the United States. That's where drivers are driving and riders are taking, picking up, getting rides. I am in Maryland, so I am not in a market yet that is actively using the Vibe Rides. So what the company has said to us, if we indicate that there's enough interest in our marketplace, they will come there. And the way that they determine that is how many drivers are pre-registered. Their minimum quota is 1,000 drivers. And so myself and a team of people, we are talking to every Uber and every Lyft rideshare. Anyone that has a sticker on their car that's driving Uber or Lyft, or anyone that's referred to us, we give them the Vibe Rides app and we get them pre-registered. It's that simple. So once they have a map, a website map for the company, that once they see where that there's 1,000 drivers pre-registered in a certain area, that's when they will come and start putting everything in place so that the customers can start ordering rides. The reason behind this is they don't want customers ordering rides and there's not enough drivers to service them. That creates a problem for the customers. So that is their plan and their game plan. For myself, I look at things and say, where is the opportunity in it? And team, while you're with me, if you have a question, you have a concern, we're going to look for the opportunity. And so since they were not here in my area and they weren't launching here right away, I said, where's the opportunity? I started reaching out to people and finding out who they knew in Florida and who they knew in Texas. I didn't personally know anyone. So I got their contact information. Anyone who was either driving for a rideshare company in Florida or Texas, or if they were someone who used rideshare services, I gave them the free app. I asked them to refer people to me. And so now I have over 130 drivers in Florida and Texas. I don't live there. So you can do the same thing. You can reach out to your contacts, find out who they know in Florida and Texas, and give the free app to them. So you can have money coming in right now from the rideshare, plus setting it up and launching it in your own city. Great question, Johnson. Phenomenal question. Oh, here's another good one. To the participants on this call, which city is going to be the first in Africa to launch? Let's make a challenge and work towards it. I love it. So who's shouting out for Nigeria? Who's shouting out for Ghana? Put it in the chat. We'll see who's going to have their rideshare launching first. Make it happen. And I know South Africa's on the call too. All right. I love that challenge. Any other questions? Okay, I see you, South Africa, Nigeria. I don't know. Let's make this happen. Anybody else out there putting dibs in? Okay, we got 2 for Nigeria. I don't know. Nigeria too. We got another one that came in. Ghana will be first. Okay, Johnson. You put it out there, and then Nigeria came through, and they just did a clean sweep. All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. I just love this environment of us being able to be a team, be able to support each other. Also, if you will, on Facebook, you can friend request me, Tonya Lawrence. That's number 1. But number 2, go to our company's Facebook page. And the company's Facebook page is simply the company name. We got another vote for Nigeria. The company's Facebook page is iBuumerang. So iBuumerang. Go there. You'll see a plethora of different videos and things that you can access. Presentations like the one that I just did, we have them multiple times a day. We will have this same presentation on Thursday. So for those of us who are getting enrolled this evening, not only will I do a private Zoom for your people right away, and shout out to Miss Chioma. She got in, she watched a video from our CEO on how to launch your business and the mindset about how to invite. And Chioma rocked it. Less than 18 hours later, she had a packed out Zoom with just her people. She is a rock star out there, and she's put it out there. We put it out there. She might be the first female diamond in Nigeria. So hats off to her, just for going out there and making it happen. But very easily tomorrow we could do a personal Zoom for your people so that you have a check coming in every single week. You can start getting paid right away. All right, Nigeria wants the challenge. Well, they want to win the challenge, Johnson said. Any other questions, guys? I'm fired up and ready to go. And I want to make sure everyone has their questions answered. I gave you all my phone number for WhatsApp. For the people who joined us earlier on the Zoom and are back again with guests, hats off to you. We appreciate you for bringing people out with you. We recognize your vision, and we are ready to help you be successful and make money. I know we have people from all over the globe on the call. So again, thank you for joining us and participating this evening. I know it's very late for some of you, but we are here. We want to see lives be changed. Our CEO in the last company, 45 multimillionaires. Imagine what we're going to do in our own company. And before people become multimillionaires, they got to become millionaires. Before they become millionaires, they got to become thousandaires. Would you be okay with an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month coming in right now? Would that make you happy? And so with that, guys, I put my number in the chat again. Let's get you registered. If you have any questions, WhatsApp me right away. We want to get you plugged in. If you're fired up and you're going to be burning the midnight oil, Johnson and Luxon, they are up all times of the night, crushing it all over the world. And they are always introducing me to people at all times of the hour. Don't hesitate. I am here. You give 10%. I will give 90%. You have my commitment to help you be successful. I hear someone else unmuted. Did you have a question for me? Okay, people. Welcome to the family. So excited to be working with you and to be a part of what's going to happen in your lives, in your countries. And I'm going to be your coach to help you through this. I can see that this meeting is currently being recorded. Is it possible to have it shared after after the session? Absolutely. We will share it to the group chats. If the person who invited you has not invited you to one of their group chats, let them know right away that you want access to the WhatsApp group chat. They will get you on there and you will see the recording as soon as it downloads to YouTube today. And again, plug into your position ASAP, because whoever else may have popped off the line already is enrolling, and you want to make sure you get in there and get the highest position possible. Thank you guys and have a wonderful evening. Sagun, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out directly too. Bye guys.